It is a great honor and a privilege to introduce Reb Yitzhak Ignat Fekete. You were born in Hungary, and if you could tell us a little bit about your mishpacha and your family. We're here in Netanya, in Kiryat Sanz, and it's such a pleasure to be with you this morning.
I told you heard about Shalom Alezer from sons of Shalom Alezer. My father was a teacher in Gemara, and had another family, big family, like here, and they went to Shalom Alezer for Ratzford.
Shalom Alezer was one of the youngest sons of the Glassman of the Rebbe. Very famous.
From sons of Rebbe.
Yes, it was the first son.
Very miracle. What to say? He said, go to him. He complained that no parusa.
There's no, can't make a living.
He told me, sometimes they feel jealous on you. So big Nissim will with you, everybody jealous on you.
People will be jealous if you make too much money.
So he didn't understand it, but no parusa. And sometimes and my father went to Munkosabor, you know Munkotabor?
That's the work brigade.
By the Hungarians. So in Kamayim, another after this, they take me with the mother, with all the kids, back, out. First, all the Jews came to Debrecen. Debrecen was a few 100,000 people, and every day they sent 5,000 people in Auschwitz. In the morning, in the night also. And they had 50 wagons, 50
trains.
Trains. Then the trains like a floor.
Cattle cars.
Trains for animals.
Yeah.
For they push in every wagon 100 people.
But Reb Yitzhak, can I just ask you?
Yeah.
Can we just?
So that's a matter. And the Hungarians with the Germans worked together. The Hungarians said for the Nazis, look, I need the young people, the ladies with the children. So what I need for work. So, and my father was young and went to Munkotabor.
The labor brigade. That's the Munkotabor, the Hungarian, that they put Jews into the labor brigade.
And after this, they come. My father was come home back. And nobody, but he know what the story. Went to Auschwitz. He told them they went to Auschwitz. And every day there was the trains coming, let's say, in Nanas, train, and all the people wrote sometimes a girl, a boy, they left over from Auschwitz. They came to look at. My father also every day goes to the train, and maybe some people coming. So sometimes in Debrecen, every day is 50 wagons. 50 wagons, the longer the killer sounds, 50 wagons. In them 5,000 people come Auschwitz in the free in the morning, and then at night. The David went in the morning, at night they no more. They died and take it out, people, and take the teeth out. And let's in later, they also want no more homeless people in Debrecen. He wanted to be also to send to Auschwitz, but they can't because in the end of the war, the trains was knocked out. No more trains come Auschwitz. So
the Allies bombed the trains.
Well, there you go.
So he was lucky.
we had the last, and so then sent to Strashof, to come to Bergen-Belsen. So
they took them instead to Bergen-Belsen.
Bergen-Belsen, and then take to Strashof, then to went what was it?
How long were you in Bergen-Belsen?
1 second. And we come after this, we went to Dresdenstadt, and after this, slowly we went to Budapest. From Budapest to go to Debrecen, from Debrecen to go to Nantes. And my father also go to, suddenly they say that my wife and the kinder, oh, he said that the meifers from the meifers they send met naar Canada. We jealous from tie home colleague, all the people left. Oh, Malta.
The promise of the shuttle laser came true.
That's from the Rebbe.
Because the whole family survived.
He told me, we will one time we will jealous on you.
They'll be jealous, and so
it's amazing.
Because they didn't earn a lot of money, no one was jealous, and they didn't take it. Can I just show?
He was so big Rebbe. He went to Auschwitz, the Rebbe. Some later, he went to Auschwitz in section one from the couples. You recognize it. You are from this city. I didn't want to die like a guy. You can bring me a tall scooten. But you look at all. In Bergen-Belsen was like always look at it. If they see something, it was so I look at in the had a telescoten given in mentioned him we always we also
it was in Auschwitz though. Shuttle laser was murdered in Auschwitz. Wow. It's a very famous story that he asked someone for a talus to cover himself.
I didn't want to die like a guy. I go to my chef and I want to die like a guy.
And there were people who were there with him who survived and told this.
So when they go, you went to the crematorium, he put it up and they go in.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you knew shuttle laser from Ratsford. Ratsford was near your town?
Huh?
Shuttle laser was from Ratsford.
Somebody from
Ratsford.
The son of Abraham.
He was one of the 7 sons of the founder of Sons. I just want to show. Just want to show.
So you have.
Yeah, this is Debrecen, the second largest city in Hungary. Here's Budapest, here's Debrecen, and here is his town, Hajdúnanas. That's about 40 kilometers north of Debrecen. So instead of being taken to Auschwitz because the tracks were bombed out, they were taken, and I'll show you, they were taken instead, they're from Hajdúnanas, they were taken to Bergen-Belsen, which is northern Germany, instead of to Poland, instead of to instead of north to Poland, here's Auschwitz, right here. Instead of this track was bombed out, so they took them instead to Bergen-Belsen in Germany. And then some other camps, and then Theresienstadt.
There was a lot of places till they came up. After this, went to Theresienstadt, and there they was deliberated.
And Reb Yitzhak, can I ask you, what year were you born?
Huh?
When were you born? But in what year?
1932.
32. And you were a twin?
I was 12 years. When I come home, I get bar mitzvah. I come home to 12 years, Nanas, I get ber mitzvah.
In other words, it's 1944, the Nazis came to Hungary. So it was 1 year.
And what do you remember? What do you remember before the war of your town? What do you remember of the shul and the cheder?
Yeah, I went to cheder. Yeah.
And you remember it?
Sure, remember. But not a long time because the Nazis they didn't learn a lot. I learned only a few classes, 3 classes. I went and no more schools.
And how many brothers and sisters?
5 brothers and 4 sisters.
And you were a twin? And can I ask, what do you remember when the Germans came? When you had to leave your home? Do you remember what happened when you had to leave?
I don't know too much about the people know what's going on. They have, because nobody has a radio. Few people have a radio because and they know it's terrible. They kill the people. They know everything, but the children know.
You didn't know?
No.
Were they Hasidic?
And your family?
Was your family Hasidic?
Yeah.
Which Hasidut?
Chassidus, this rabbi.
Sons? You already
Sons.
And when you were taken to Bergen-Belsen, how long did you stay in Bergen-Belsen?
A few months.
And were you there at the same time as the Satmar Rebbe?
Huh?
Do you remember ever seeing, were you at the same time with the Satmar Rebbe?
Satmar Rebbe, I didn't know him because he was the leader by the Americans. I was the leader by the Russians. I don't know the Rebbe came to America. My father was sent us to the yeshiva. Because and they say no yeshiva, only a few yeshivas. One is a Torah Vadas, was a literature yeshiva, another literature yeshiva. My father said, I don't want my children going to literature yeshiva. I'm to a Hasidic yeshiva. You understand?
Sure.
She was the Klodenberg Rebbe, made the first the Hasidic yeshiva, Klodenberg Rebbe, and that's why I went to the Klodenberg yeshiva. Noch an Salem yeshiva too.
Strasbourg, that was in Williamsburg?
Huh?
It was in Williamsburg, the yeshiva? In Brooklyn, it was in...
In Brooklyn, yeah.
But can I ask you, after you were taken from Bergen-Belsen, where did you go from Bergen-Belsen?
Bergen-Belsen, Strasshof.
And how long were you there?
No, there was a concentration. They sent other places. There was a Pappendeckelfabrik, a small town. My mother after work, and my elder brother. We went. It was in a gate, not allowed to go out.
Well, you were with your brother?
Huh?
You were together with your brother, with your twin brother?
Yeah. All
the brothers?
All they went to work. The sister with the older brother, they went to work. And all the few kids,
And Rabbi Yitzhak, can I ask you, I know it's difficult, but when you were in Bergen-Belsen, how was it?
Was with the mother together, and they have a few beds. All the 2 beds we have. 6 children do, and with the.
Were you very hungry? There was.
A big bread for 6 people.
Wait.
In the morning, give a little bit some from warm water. It was so cold in Germany, although the event was but the pyramids it was like a mirror from the cold.
Which 6 months were you in Bergen-Belsen?
Huh?
Which 6 months, from when to when? Like from May 1944?
No, I don't know the month.
Were you any holidays? Were there any holidays in Bergen?
Pesach, it was in Bergen-Belsen. Pesach.
And do you remember Pesach? You remember it?
Yeah. I remember.
Someone made a Seder?
Huh?
Did somebody make a Seder?
No, but
Something to sing?
Nothing,
Say the Haggadah Baal Peh?
But did you know that it was Pesach?
One Oberführer, Sturmführer, was not the Shomer Shabbos. He was like he spoke with the Germans.
Capo?
Yeah, said one from the Menahel told for the Sturmführer, as the Germans stood instead bread, they want to eat matzahs. I told them, Bishmashiga, you're crazy. I said this word, they will
Shoot you?
For the Menah. One from the rabbis,
Yeah.
but one of the rabbis, go to the Menahel and ask from the Gestapo to make a bread matzahs. Tell them, you're crazy. If I say this word, they will be shoot me.
Shot him?
They will shoot.
They will shoot if you are.
Yes.
If you
They
ask.
will kill me. Crazy. So another few days, a few weeks, the rabbis asked them, look, and you see, sometimes the German is a good speak friendly, and a good petite. Try it, yeah. All right, they will try. So, one stood in bread masses. Jawohl, you know jawohl in German? Yeah, mask. Then how to make it is. They will spray and make an oven and make this and everybody who wants a matzah have to write name instead of bread. They give a matzah. Older brother was from Bar Mitzvah. He also write in and instead of bread. He give
His older brothers, instead of Bar Mitzvah, they were obligated.
Yeah, I didn't lay them. So it was.
And they made it for you?
They made it.
That's sure.
They not.
Hashem?
No, he said, jawohl, then they have not the right to look here.
I didn't understand that. I didn't understand.
Jawohl, it means.
The war?
Jawohl.
Jawohl.
Is a German word.
Jawohl means.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
Right.
Beseder, okay.
And they also a bit shown. The Hungarians and Germans, but no more. And they make told their mother, make matzahs.
And when did you come to Theresienstadt? To Theresen?
Theresienstadt?
Yeah.
After a month, after Pesach, they named all the Jews, and they have a plan. The Germans at Pinklech, they have to transfer these people here, and so they take the people from Bergen-Belsen, sent it to other places. And the other side, they went bring other people. And they see, the other side, how come 4 years I didn't say small people, small children. 4 years I didn't see children. They was wondering. So they were. 4 years I didn't see children. How come the children try to come from the sky? And hope never they will say, well.
Where was that? Who said that was in Theresian or?
When they sent from Bergen to Theresienstadt, to Strasbourg, then they bring other people. They have plans. But, these people. 4 years I didn't see.
Those were the Polish Jews that were
4 years I didn't see.
Oh,
How is possible?
And how was the conditions in Theresian? How was it like in Theresian?
Theresienstadt?
Yeah, how was it a little bit better?
A little bit better, yeah. Theresienstadt was lots of people.
Did you work?
No.
Did you have to work?
No. Nobody worked.
The older men? No one worked?
There was also a concentration camp, but didn't work. And tell you, it was a plan to kill all the people in Theresienstadt, hundreds of thousands of people. It was 2 Germans, and they said for I don't know where, we tell you something, but for this price, they will not killed. Usually they killed all the big Ratskammer, say, and that's why they promised them the people, after that, they saved all the people. 2 Germans, I don't know who was that, and they, if you're not called this, they will not kill all the people in Theresienstadt. So the plan. And they said, I know who this worked, and that's why the 2 Germans, they were deliberated in St. Thomas.
So they couldn't, Baruch Hashem, they couldn't do it. Sure. And were you together with your family, your brothers and sisters in Theresienstadt?
Yes, always.
And your mother?
Huh?
Your mother was with you as well?
Always, yes, but I'm not sure.
And your Abba?
The family.
The whole family, your father as well?
Father, we didn't know for Father. We didn't know the Father. Father didn't know for me, and they didn't know for me.
He was in the,
My Taba was by the Hungarian, the Munka Taba.
That's right.
The worker, was a young man.
And you didn't know what was happening with your father?
No. He don't know for me, if he don't know for him.
They didn't know.
Yeah, they
didn't. He was 11, he didn't know they were alive.
Yeah.
In Theresienstadt there was a secret synagogue. Did you know?
Theresienstadt?
In Theresienstadt, yeah, there was a secret synagogue that
Maybe, I don't know. He was not interested in synagogue. The mama also not.
Did you have a siddur with you or anything that you could daven?
Not.
And how long were you in Theresienstadt? For how long?
No, not long. After Schweers we were liberated.
And do you remember when you were liberated? Do you remember the day?
Basically, a little bit, yeah.
What happened?
So the people start home, take wagons and start to go home. All the people, everybody went to.
And who liberated when you were?
Yeah.
Do you remember who came to liberate?
Because we were liberated, the Russian give bread, people have to eat the sach, eat,
They ate too much.
and they get many people died. Hundreds of thousands of people died because they are not allowed to eat this. In the mention, one people take out the word from bread and they had they're hungry. And, I also was the Husner. Sick, also was sick. All the people were sick.
From eating when they're actually
Too much.
starving.
Not allowed to eat too much.
Yeah, yeah.
But,
Their stomach has shrunk and they couldn't hold all that food in.
There were many unfortunately that were left and that they died. And from there did you go back to Hungary from Theresienstadt?
then we went to Budapest. You know Budapest?
Yeah.
Budapest, that was a joint. They gave money, a little bit, and then take a train to go to Debrecen, slowly. Debrecen, and the train to Heidelberg.
And your father was there meanwhile. Your father had gotten home.
Father was also, he also went every day to the train.
To see who's coming
to
the
look for
train.
you, I
The
see.
train to maybe somebody will come.
And Yitzhak, can I ask, when you saw your father, how was your reaction when you saw your father, that he was still alive? When you saw your father for the first time after the war, it must have been very, very emotional, very special. When you saw your father, do you remember?
Sure, I was very happy.
You must have been crying from joy.
Yeah.
Wow. And did you go back to your old house? Was your old house still...
No, the people from Heidelberg, before they make a ghetto in Laners. In this house we went back in the ghetto. We didn't go to the old house. This small place, there was plenty place for a few people.
So you went back to the ghetto where the...
Yeah, the house was from the ghetto house.
And your old house, did you ever go back?
No. Because the Jewish people was near the shul. That was the Metzger, the Shochet, the Chazen, the Rabbi, come also back. And slowly they went away. They didn't want to be in others. They went away, can America, can Israel. They went in America.
How long did you stay before you went to America? In Hungary, how long were you living before you went? Or do you remember what year you went to America?
A few, 2 or 3 years.
And was there Cheder? Could you go back to Cheder? Could you?
Yeah. My father sent us to Cheder. In Yerushalayim was a Cheder. In Sopron, you heard Sopron?
No. Who was that? A teacher?
Cheder.
Cheder.
When a brother-in-law learned in Sopron, a big town.
Another town.
Yeshiva, yeah. Suddenly, he got from the army, who has to retire, to come in registered Debrecen, Besseren, Sopron. He didn't know what to do. Again, some later, the rabbi from
Oh, you went back to Shul to ask him what to do?
that's what to do. Hat some later told me, ich weiß nicht. Wie das gehen, der Leibsche help. So it was Nissel, he told me, he see all every day, never see the people, the 50 wagons, he want the free and they look at it and he cried. They don't know the people, they have no, every wagon was a soldier. So, but the thing is,
But so your brother went to yeshiva in which town? Your brother went to yeshiva?
yes,
What was the name of the city?
Shopron. Brother-in-law, not brother, brother-in-law.
Oh, you had a sister who was married.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. And
You see, Shopron, no?
here's Debrecen. Here's Heider Besserman,
Yeah.
Miskolc, Budapest. Okay, it's not crucial. It's not crucial. Okay.
You
Okay.
can show the map.
Now this is Debrecen, and just north of that is Haidu Nanash. It's Debrecen, and this is Klausenberg. You see that it's really close.
It's very close, yeah.
That's why they were knew about the Klausenberger Rebbe, and the Klausenberger evidently had a little shul in their town. Yeah, and here's Czechoslovakia, where Theresienstadt was. So they eventually went to Budapest, which is, and then from Budapest back to Debrecen, and then they took the train from Debrecen to Hajdú-Nánas.
And
These are the streets in Hajdú-Nánas, but we couldn't find the street that you live on. Maybe we'll look for it later. Do you remember the name of the street again?
Huh?
The name of the street where you lived?
V.
In Hajdú-Nánas.
Bem.
Bem? Uh-huh. Okay.
Oh, small.
Uh-huh.
so I think it's amazing that your family must be one of the very few families, possibly the only family that the whole family mamish survived the Shoah.
Amoifis.
It's a nice, the whole family, Baruch Hashem.
Bracha.
It's such a bracha. Sure, do you know any other large families that survived intact? It's very, very rare. It's wow, it's mamash nice. The Rebbe's bracha really.
A lot of people, families was there. From Moscow, from Debrecen also.
And Rabbi Yitzhak, your uncles and aunts and cousins, did they?
Huh?
What about your other family members? Did they not survive?
They were killed.
They were killed.
Yeah.
We didn't have a chance to hear about his childhood. Can we go back to...
What can you remember growing up, your childhood, when you were young, before the war? What do you recall? What is your first memories growing up, or what do you remember?
What did your father do? You said that he didn't have parnassus.
No, he learned Gemara, but he has a shiva, a class. He learned Gemara, you know Gemara?
Yeah, he was studying, he didn't work.
He didn't.
He didn't have a parnasa.
And your mother?
My mother was at the home, nothing.
So how did you survive? 10 children.
Huh?
But
He led poor people, that's all. Didn't need a lot.
uh-huh. Your father himself was born in Hajdú-Nánas?
My father born in near Bator. Near Bator.
Uh-huh.
You got it?
Near a house?
Near Bator.
Near Bato. Okay.
And your mother? Where was your mother born?
Born in Hoyderange.
Where?
In the same town.
Oh, is it?
My mother is born in Hoyderange.
And Yitzhak, have you ever gone back to Hungary?
But
There's nothing to go back to. And when you left Hungary, was it difficult to
I was
leave?
happy.
You were very happy.
When did he leave?
It was about 2 years after the war.
Oh. So where did you go? So in like 1947, 48, you left Hungary and
I
where?
went to America.
Straight to America.
Did you have mishpacha in America?
Yeah. Yeah, cousins. But America did let in people, not sick people, and not people without a job, because they told me, I don't need sick people. I don't need, and poor people also not. You have to make, if you have some parnasa, then you can.
A living. Yeah.
So my father ordered the cousin to make me a concentration, and he was the rabbi for the shul. So I make a name. So then they give the paper.
To be a rabbi in the town of your cousin. Uh-huh. Where was your cousin?
Huh?
Where did the cousin live?
In America.
But where?
I don't know where. America.
In Brooklyn or?
Yeah, in Brooklyn.
Uh-huh. So his cousin made
Yeah.
his
The
father
time-
the rabbi of a congregation.
And coming to America, was it difficult learning a new language?
What?
Was it difficult coming to America to learn a new language, to speak?
I speak Yiddish. All the people speak Yiddish. English also, but I learned a bit. I didn't know the English, but I called the New York Times. You know the New York Times?
Yeah.
And I read in train, they say, go to the works. I ask people, what is this word? So I learned myself.
So you were about 15 because you were bar mitzvah in Hadunash.
Hoyderange.
And then about 2 years later, you went to America.
And can you tell us a little bit about your bar mitzvah?
Huh?
Can you remember your bar mitzvah with the whole?
That's nothing.
Was it a big celebration?
No, but there's few people. Now it's what 100 people. But you know what to do? My father bought uga and that's all.
Lekach.
And what you shared the pasha with your brother? You both laned?
Huh?
With your brother, you shared it together, the pasha?
Yeah.
You laned together?
Yeah.
What parsha do you remember?
After Sukkot.
Uh-huh.
Didn't matter.
But it must have been it's a
No, it's nothing.
it's a very big to have a bar mitzvah after the
Like a yurtzeit, they gave a little cookies and that's all. Poor people who interested, nobody interested for this. Everybody has troubles. People come in, they looking for the father and mother, nothing. They want to run away. They didn't want to stay there. No people in Hoyderange. No more.
And today, are there any Yidden living there?
Nobody.
Nobody.
The one but the Russians. But the Russians didn't left it to learn nothing. The highest roads, animals are here. The Russians with the fighting.
And in America, you went to Cheder, and then you went to.
Cheder, Shiur, yeah.
And how many years were you living in America? You got married in America? You got married in America?
I was married. Yeah, I was married in America, yeah. In Brooklyn. You know Brooklyn? I was married in Brooklyn.
And when did you come to Eretz Israel?
To Israel and come. I tell you. After this, I was a diamond cutter. You know diamond cutter? I worked very hard and make a bit of money, parnosa. After this, they gave me a shulach. So I came to visit with my wife. I came to visit Israel, and after I was older, I got from America Social Security. My wife also. She was a teacher in a ladies' school. Parshat Shvua. You know Parshat Shvua? She was very, very smooth, very smart. And decided, to other people, what I should do in America. We have to go to America, to Israel. In fact, the picture from my wife. You know my wife?
Yes, I can vouch for that. His wife, Allah Shalom, Hindi. She was one of the most learned women in Kiryat Sanz. She gave shiurim, and that she was very well respected. She even had a subscription to the Jerusalem Post, and she used to write letters to the Jerusalem Post.
Yeah.
She used to write letters to the editor, to the Jerusalem Post. She gave shiurim.
A nice lady, huh?
Uh-huh.
She's very smart. She
yes,
in the books.
Also very beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's very, very strict.
And was she born in America?
She
was born in America, your wife?
My wife born in my wife born in Schweiz, in
Switzerland.
Belgium.
Was she also a survivor?
Huh?
She was also a survivor, your wife?
She died already.
But she was a survivor from the Shoah as well?
Yeah, but her father worked in Schweiz. He come every night. They come home, and they went to Schweiz. After this, Schweiz,
in Switzerland,
all the people took away. So there was a baby with the mother, lost her father. Because for the Schweiz, they give all the people Hitler to Dachau. Hear about Dachau? Also Dachau. So no more. There was a young girl, and they met the mother, take of her care of her. She grew up, and they gave shidduchim. They told me, shidduch for me. Yeah, why not?
They suggested the shidduch. She was already in New York.
Huh?
She was in New York then?
I was in New York, yes.
So they suggested a shidduch.
Chassan was in New York.
Uh-huh. Who was the Mesader Kiddushin?
Huh?
The Mesader Kiddushin was who did perform the marriage?
Who make it?
Do you remember the Rav?
The Rav, yeah. Yes, I was the Rabbi Meisels. You know Rabbi Meisels?
Yeah, Rabbi Miles is in Chicago.
Huh?
Rabbi Meisels.
Well, a big family, Meisels.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He's a big rabbi, and he make all the Kiddush.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. So, where, can you name your brothers and sisters? Can you name all 10 of them? Were you the oldest, the youngest, in the middle? of the sisters? You have four brothers and 5 sisters.
5 brothers and 4 sisters.
Oh.
And do you remember the names?
Sure. All the names.
The oldest sister was
Sarah,
Irene.
Erna.
Erna, okay. And then there was Geno. And then Eva was the youngest sister.
Eva Barsha is in Union City.
She was born just before you, and then you and your brother were after...
She was born after me.
And then you have a brother, Solomon.
Solomon is younger than me.
Younger than you.
I spoke on telephone.
He speaks on the phone?
Spoke, they call me, I spoke to everybody.
And your twin brother, he lives in...
Everything. He spoke to me, I talked to him every few days.
He's living in America?
Yeah.
Okay. And Isidore, your twin brother's Isidore. You're very close with your twin brother. You have a close...
Sure, call him. He called me, I called him every few days.
And Rabbi Yitzhak, can I ask, the whole family, your whole family remained from? Everybody's religious in the family?
Who?
They all remained from Yidden?
Shomer Shabbos, they're all Shomer Shabbos?
Yeah, sure. Oh, sure. Yeah?
And can I just ask, Rabbi Yitzhak, from what you went through, what message do you give? What message do you tell people if they ask you for advice, for eitzah, or what you went through? What message do you give?
What you asking?
Like the question of Emunah after the Shoah.
No.
So many people died, babies died, children, adults, tortured. You kept your Emunah. How do you explain that?
You still remained from, your whole family remained from.
From, yeah.
Your whole family, it's
My father was from, the mama was from.
But a lot of people...
Other people, they make it from.
But you saw very difficult things which are unbelievable, and you still remained from.
Yeah, why not?
You never questioned Hashem, how could it be? It's unbelievable. Sure. It's a Baruch Hashem, it's a big thing. It's a very big thing.
Yeah.
How did you learn diamond cutting? Where did you learn that?
In America.
I
paid for it.
Oh, you paid for a course?
Somebody told me like this, and it's not big deals. They give me stones that's not spoiled stones. It's not so bad. Didn't worth a lot. And learn. They only make this and.
So you did that for many years. You learned it, and then you worked in diamond cutting.
A few years. Yeah. After this, they because the diamond, the price fell down, and a few hundred people also went out on work. So somebody gave me work. So I was a manar in other shiva, in a shiva by children. I was a manahel, and after this I went in a fish store to work with fish. And they treat me very nicely. So after this I decided, no, my wife, if you went, I went with my wife many times to America, to like Bomber, like Bomber, and I went to Costa Marabia. So I decided maybe we will stay here.
And you happy you came?
Huh?
You happy you came to Kiryat Sons? It was a good decision. You were very happy to come.
Yeah.
Baruch Hashem.
On the picture of the Rebbe.
Yeah. So I just want to thank you. I'm just going to. Sure. Rabbi Yitzhak, I'm so grateful to you. Thank you very, very much. I'm very, very grateful. You should just be. It's amazing that your family, the whole family, survived. It's mamish nisim. It's miracles.
Yeah.
And that the family remained from is also mamish miracles. So you should just be gesund, maybe a stream, in good health, and nachas. And we have an amazing picture that you have over here in your room.
Yeah. This is the older. Oh, he was Auschwitz.
On the left is the Glassman Rebbe. You could Yehuda Halberstam, sons.
Today.
And the one on the right is his son. He remarried. He lost all 11 children were murdered, and he remarried, had 2 sons and 5 daughters, and he died in 1994. The Glassman Rebbe, and his son Tzvi Elimelech, who's on the right there, became the sons, the Rebbe here in Kiryat Sons.
They're very smart. The old Rebbe was in Auschwitz, and they had to cut the bed.
Yeah. And the bottom one.
Yeah, the bottom is.
The bottom one.
This is with you and
The son.
the son.
This is Mr. Fekete. That's you.
Yeah, that's you.
Yitzhak, Rabbi Yitzhak, and this is
The Rebbe.
This is the Rebbe.
And this looks. What is this? Havdalah? What is this? Kid?
I don't remember something.
Some simcha. He's giving you a picture or.
This Rebbe, Auschwitz, nobody everybody had to cut the bed. And sometimes he didn't have he didn't have the cut because it was broken. So the bed happened in the cupboard. What is this? I don't. It's broken. Yeah, we see you tomorrow. I will cut you with a
with a razor, which is forbidden. It's forbidden to cut with a razor. If you don't cut it
I
nicely.
didn't want it. If you want the razor, you can kill me. I didn't want it.
Wow.
So the couple go into some, and they throw after this a big fish, a big fish. I was happy.
I didn't understand. What happened? He said, go over there, I'll shoot you.
They say usually if somebody want to kill with sheet, they'll go run after this.
Oh, right, yes.
But instead of this, they throw them a big fish. A fish. Small fish.
A fish.
They threw it at him.
A duck.
Oh,
A fish. Yeah.
I was happy.
So, Shira, I want to thank you so much for the introduction and your knowledge. It's just incredible, and your research and.
Well, it's a privilege to have Reb Yitzhak as our neighbor here in Kiryat Sons, and I hope to see you more often, and maybe we'll hear some more stories of yours about if there's anything else that you remember in Bergen-Belsen or in Bergen-Belsen. Did you work? Did you work in Bergen-Belsen?
Nobody worked.
No work there.
No, woman and
So
children.
what do you do all day? What did you do all day?
waited to bring the bread.
Wait.
Nobody worked. My older brother, they bring what they come on, bring from the kitchen the soup. It's heavy. Two people bring it. And they give it something. More.
He was one of the people carrying the soup
Bring
to
it
the barracks.
to the kitchen.
So we got a little extra
Well,
food.
the big kitchen. In Bernberg, is 70,000 people.
Right, there was 5 sub-camps
No,
there.
separate. Italians, Russians, English, and from the whole world.
Yeah, and Frank was there
Yeah.
also. Anyway, now you spend your time studying the Talmud. Gemara, I see on your, when we
wonderful.
came in, you were in the middle
Gemara.
Gemara.
Gemara, and you have shiurim here,
Yeah.
so you're happy.
Just mazel and brocha and Admei V'Srim in good health.
Yeah.